Money talk. Record this real quick. I'm intrigued, bro. So I'm gonna stop the record. That's the first thing you gotta say. Record on the computer. It's good. What's going on, everybody? Once again, this is RFBM, Raising the Financial Bar. Money talk. And today we out here talking with one of my good homeboys right here. We're gonna get on the topic of cryptocurrency.
Yes,
I know,
sir.
you know,
Yeah.
in the
I
making.
appreciate you for having me, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you coming on as always. I always try to get as much people as I can, and it's even better. I appreciate experts. It's cool to get experts and all, but it's even better to get a personable perspective on some of these topics. So today, Shawn's going to, educate me a little bit on more of the crypto, talk about his personal experiences. Like I said, financial disclaimer, we are not licensed professionals. We're just sharing our own experience, and this is not advice. This is sharing our perspectives. So without further ado, Shawn, just tell me from the jump, man, how did you first start getting into cryptocurrency?
Well, I'm tell you like this. I went to my goddad's house one time, and they were just talking about we were talking about the future of the economy, things of that nature. That was right when we had just got hit with the pandemic, and well, they called it an epidemic. Then it spread to a pandemic. At that point, we were trying to figure out about money, loss of jobs, things of that nature, and they were like, well, we're dabbling into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the future. And it wasn't just Bitcoin itself; it's talking about cryptocurrency in general. So cryptocurrency is just a type of form of money online virtually that you could put into like a certain type of wallet, and you have a whole portfolio of different types of cryptocurrency that you can break down. So Bitcoin is top right now. It's at 23,000, and it keeps going up as we speak. It's fluctuating. It just hit 20,000 this week, so keep an eye on that. And you have like other things like Litecoin, Compound, XRP, things of that nature. And these are what I believe to be the future of not only just virtual currency, but currency in general. As you know, we have this coin shortage going on, and I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'll put the quotations, but the coin shortage and the physical currency shortage going on around the world. So it's a transition to digital times, and everything is digital now. You bank digitally, you can make transactions digitally, so it's only right to experience what cryptocurrency has to offer. If I had to offer any advice, I would say make sure what you're working with is secure. So like I work with, like I said, the app is called Coinbase. It's a secure, encrypted, transaction-based app. So where you can get your cryptocurrency, you can watch videos and take short little quizzes on getting you awarded with cryptocurrency. You can also just straight up buy crypto, sell crypto. You want to make sure this app, where it could be Coinbase, Robinhood, Acorns. Those apps are like the middlemen to how you make your transactions between it going from you to the bank account or from your bank account to you. It's very encrypted, very secure. I've been dealing with it for a while. I say about 6 or 7 months now. I watch my portfolio grow. I watch it decrease. That's one of the things is that it's just like the stock market. It's volatile. So, you'll see it increase one moment. Don't get too happy because the next day it can go right back down. And whatever you do, this is what I was recommended. Do not cash out. The money that you're putting into this is, I wouldn't call it throwaway money, but it's the money you can put to the side. So once you put it in there, out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just a quick question. I noticed you mentioned all those other cryptocurrencies. So it's not necessarily that Bitcoin is the greatest of the greatest. It just happens to be Bitcoin's almost like the name brand, like the forerunner in a sense, like the most popular, most known, and as a result, maybe that's could be a reason why their value is that high. Just let me know why Bitcoin is kind of like the staple that everyone knows, as opposed to the rest of the cryptocurrencies.
Bitcoin is the most heavily pushed so far, so it's kind of like your mainstream cryptocurrency. And its build up has been incredible. If you look at a portfolio back from 2011 all the way to now, some people are millionaires based off of Bitcoin, based off how much they invested back then because they trusted the process. When it first came out, everyone was skeptical. They're like, I don't think so, la-di-da-di. But some people were actually dedicated to it. Like there are YouTubers who talk about Bitcoin every day. They have a channel based off of how Bitcoin moves, how transactions are made, things of that nature. So Bitcoin is just like the name brand. It's kind of new. It's not too old. I say about 4 or 5 years, maybe 6. I could be wrong, but it's fairly new, and its growth over periods of time has been incredible. So if you see it, like I said, today is 23,000. It's projected to even hit higher than that. So it's just the heavily pushed ones. There are other ones out there, but Bitcoin is the main one. It's not the best, but if you look at the portfolios and who buys it, who sells it, how it moves, things of that nature, and its backing, it's very trustworthy.
Okay. And also to add on the Coinbase, I noticed you mentioned the crypto wallets and whatnot. Would you say for people that are just starting into crypto, say that they transition from a beginner more into intermediate, at that point, would you advise them? Well, not necessarily advise them. What would you suggest if you were in that position? Would you move from Coinbase to a more premium uh, medium to hold your crypto, or would you stay with Coinbase?
Well, you see Coinbase now. Coinbase offers a variety of cryptocurrency that in your portfolio that you can have. Other apps, like I said, Robinhood and Acorn, they do the same things as well. I believe Robinhood just got cryptocurrency, but they all offer, if not more than the same amount of crypto. So I wouldn't say too much any app will be better than the next because they're all safe and they're all encrypted and they all offer the same thing. So you can do whatever app you like. You can go to Acorns and do the same thing you do on Coinbase and same thing you do on Robinhood. So it's just about what makes you comfortable. If someone referred you, I was referred to Coinbase. That's what my pop said. He was like, so yeah, we use Coinbase, and I was like, okay, that's the first app came in my mind. That's what I'm using. Other people, you talk to me about Robinhood, and I use Robinhood as well, but I use that for stocks. So it's just different things, different avenues. Because like Coinbase is just securely crypto. Robinhood offers stocks as well. So that's probably why if I recommend anyone to go to a different outlet, it would probably be Robinhood or Acorns because they offer both outlets, so you can see how both markets work.
Okay. Most definitely. And it's just like I'm fairly new. I'm basically brand new to cryptocurrency. So I'm just learning. I'd say just with crypto, I'll just take my little steps. Once again, only put in what you can afford to lose. And I understand crypto is different from stocks, but in the same concept, you'd want to stay in there for the long term as far as trying to cash out because crypto is very new. And if you stick with the good cryptocurrencies, obviously good can be ambiguous, but the good like Bitcoin, I'm sure I noticed they mentioned Litecoin, Ethereum, with those platforms, I'm sure that they'd be a lot more valuable 5 to 10 years from now. So you're holding on, you're trying to build that wealth. It's be a lot harder when you're jumping from spot to spot. Me personally, when I got into stocks, I'm still learning as I'm going. I'd still would say I'm more of a beginner. I'm not necessarily just green beginner. Now I know more. I know how to search the strength of a stock, the high and the low, good price points and whatnot. But I would say that when I started into stocks, I got into Robinhood initially, and I still use Robinhood just because I like the interface to look at certain things. But once I started getting a better understanding, and also the fact that Robinhood doesn't have customer service that you can call, they only have means of contact by email, I realized, okay, I need something a little bit more higher tier. So that at that point, I moved to Fidelity, although you can move to E-Trade. There's other stock brokerages as well. But Fidelity was just a little bit more reputable as far as if I need to get in contact or why my assets are frozen, I can get somebody on the line. Or I don't have to deal with certain things that Robinhood does where sometimes they crash and now I have no access for 24 to 48 hours on anything. And that sort of causes problems because at that certain crash, stocks could have dropped at a lower price point and I would have been able to tap in and make more money, and I don't know if that necessarily goes for the same process for crypto, but that's what I keep in mind whenever I'm learning to invest. I want to start in beginners, then later branch out further. But just segueing back with you, Shawn, what is something that you use to research your cryptocurrency before you begin purchasing any?
Well, my main outlet would be like I said before, my godfather. He's the one. He's like a technological whiz. So he'll search up everything, make sure it's secure. You're not getting into any type of scam or anything. I go to him for a lot of stuff based off technology. I'll send him a text about scams, stuff like that. It's the scam proof it to see what it is. When it comes to Bitcoin or just any crypto, he'll let me know like, hey, this is new crypto on Coinbase. Go check it out for rewards, or hey, this is new crypto they're talking about. They're seeing about its projection. This is what it's pretty much going to do later, but we'll check it out soon. Basically, he's like my first outlet, and he referred me to, like I said, the YouTube channels about things that he watches YouTube all the time based off of markets and things like that. So whether it be stocks or Bitcoin base or Bitcoin or any crypto, he watches all that stuff. So it'll be either YouTube outlets or articles that we'll be looking at, just delving into how businesses are now getting into crypto, but behind the scenes with nobody knowing about it, or just things of that nature. So if you refer me to different things to kind of see how everything is moving and people are operating around the crypto, and then he'll be like, okay, so now you make your own decision. You know, he just gives the info. You know, I don't have to follow it, but it was intriguing to me based off of the setup of how he was like, we may need this in the future. You know what I'm saying? Since they're doing away with physical currency. So crypto is essentially the future, or any digital based currency will be the future. So I just look into its trustworthiness based off of the value of what's going on. So like Bitcoin, I jumped into because of how pushed it was and how valuable it is, and things that, like you said, Litecoin that came from Bitcoin too, and then Ethereum. Those are like the three biggest ones that are talked about. So you just look into like what's being talked about and how it moves and things like that.
That's dope, man. It's just like I feel like we're going through another wave. You know, kind of like, I don't know if you know, back in high school when they had certain periods like the Renaissance period, and you see all this art or different construction development in the industrial period or whatever. I think we're just on another wave of money, like almost like the internet bubble. Now we have cryptocurrency, and I feel like that's just a whole nother technology and just wave that's completely changing the industry. And
Right.
I feel like a lot of older financial advisors, I'm not gonna necessarily name drop any, I know you're probably seen some in the news, and the banking industries and the Federal Reserve that want to discredit cryptocurrency when it's steadily increasing. And a lot of banks and a lot of entrepreneurs are using it as a hedge, or using that as a way to build wealth, because
Right.
they know that as it continues to increase, as people continue to invest in, as people continue to use it as a way to purchase and send funds, it's gaining power. And if it's gaining power, then you have to have a balance. You get in, people get into the stock market, people get into real estate, people get into just overall ways to increase assets. Crypto is jumping into that piece of the pie.
Right. And like I said, they're telling us that you know, they're behind the scenes with it. So they're telling you that it's bad while they're behind the scenes investing into it, testing it out.
Right. It's crazy. It's like you can't even make these things up. So that's
Right.
why I always tell people to do their research. And we'll definitely add Coinbase. I'll add the Coinbase link in the bio. Obviously, like I said, this is not financial advice. This is something that we've gone through our own medium, and even if we didn't, I would suggest you look into it just so you have an opportunity to research, you do your own due diligence, and choose whether or not you'd like to invest into it. And I think it's just something that's going to continue to grow, and it's something that you should be educated on, because there's a lot of things right now going on in the industry. People have yet to receive any stimulus. People are waiting to receive additional stimulus. People are waiting to receive something from employment. We're in Florida, Tampa, Florida, to be exact. I believe you're in Tampa too, Shawn?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you already know, 813. And every other day, you know, we have these articles coming up on Florida, man, or they're talking about the governor, or they're talking about our government. But throughout we are on 10, though. I'm not going to lie.
Every day,
you know, but nationwide, we're going through some changes. And I understand that. I feel like the government does, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, or whatever political party, we can't understand is that the economy is in a little bit of disarray, which doesn't matter the stock market. It continues to increase on different highs than ever before.
Right.
But that's a whole nother topic. We're seeing crypto. We're seeing a lot of entrepreneurs. We're seeing a lot of people delve into different facets of ways to increase their knowledge and increase their wealth. It's time for us to start focused on what we can do for ourselves, you know? And I'm a firm believer in the government owing us as well, because we're the reason for the government when they prosper as well. I also believe in trying to do our own on the back end in the event that we won't be helped, because I mean, how long has it been? Like 8-9 months. Congress has been debating 8-9 months, debating whether or not they should give you a stimulus bill, a 1,200, when
To
you
help you during the
to help
pandemic.
you during the pandemic. While their families are probably taken care of, they're taking a little recess, they're taking little breaks, and we're in the positions that we are right now. What's
Right.
that tell you? Wake up, people. Wake up, my people. I understand you have kids, you have bills, you have things, but if anything, that should infuriate you even more. And I feel like you should use that fire to propel yourself further, to find out what you need to do to elevate yourself further in life. And one of
Right.
the things is cryptocurrency, stock market, real estate, entrepreneurship, reading. I want to get into that too. I don't know. I know Shawn is kind of my tech guy. He knows ins and outs of a lot of things. I don't know if you have any books in particular you're interested in, but we definitely have to touch base on that too. I want to do
Definitely.
on that too because I've been reading. Uh, Sadly, a lot of people, you probably would thought I read this already. I've been reading the autobiography of Malcolm X, and that, man, that's
It's
changed. That's different, and it's really changing my perspective on a lot of things. It's crazy too. People used to make a joke, call me Malcolm X, because some of my ideologies or whatnot. I'll take Malcolm X. Just stop calling me Farrakhan. My last job was calling me Farrakhan because it was pro-black, but we're not even gonna get into that, man. I'm not even
oh
gonna comment
man.
anything negative or positive. Just please don't associate me with that, man. But I say out to say that if me reading an autobiography like that expands my mind, it makes me think about self-development and me propelling myself, what I can do for myself. Um, Imagine what you can do when you're reading a direct book focused on self-improvement and financial literacy,
Yeah,
and
man.
I think that's going to continue to propel us further. I know I'm running off a tangent a little bit more, but cryptocurrency, I segue into that just to say that you delve into something that you're unsure of. Instead of criticizing something, when you see something in the news or you see something in the media or a friend or family saying something, do your research on it yourself so that you
Got to.
can get a better idea, so you can use your own judgment. Any other tips? Is there any other tips that you want to share, Shawn, about cryptocurrency?
You touched on big on reading, and when it comes to reading, reading is, like I said, reading is fundamental. It really is. So before you hop into crypto, do your research, find articles. You have to find multiple articles. Don't just settle on one because in your head you're like Bitcoin sounds good or this crypto sounds good, and then you read an article that makes it sound good. No, find the opposite article too. Find the ins and outs of what you're about to get into. You have to know all sides. So you have to think of someone saying, "Oh, this crypto is horrible." You look at someone saying, "No, this crypto is really beneficial to me," or just cryptocurrency in general. Find you multiple articles, read books on it. There are books on cryptocurrency. Whatever you do in life, there's books on that. So, like he said about reading, get big into it. Read a book that'll inspire you to read another book. Do something that'll help you with your financial literacy. Do something that'll help you with your gains in life. Because as you can see, the people not trying to help us, or should I say, the government not trying to help the people. So you have to help yourself. So whatever you do, make sure you stick to it. Consistency is key. So when it comes to investing into anything, whether it be real estate, crypto, or stocks, you have to be consistent. Put to the side what you can in order to invest. Even if you're investing in all three, which would be incredible if you have it like that, doing the invest in all three. Um, what I can tell you is you don't have to buy in bulk all the time. You can buy in pieces. Those pieces eventually add up. Like I invest in crypto in pieces right now, based off of the fact that I can afford to
By the
invest in
full
it.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
costs,
fractional shares.
right. The
Mhm.
fractional segments that you own are still pieces of that currency, or they have fractional stocks now. The
Mhm.
fractions you own of that stocks. I don't know if you can own fractions of real estate. I don't think that's how that works. But you have to realize a base level to where you can start for real estate. There are some ways you can invest, for not too much money when it comes to real estate. But to do that, you have to research. So that's the biggest tip I could offer is research, research, research.
Absolutely. All right. So, just to close it out, once again, I advise everybody whether or not you want to get into it, at least do your research just to learn about this. These are digital assets, and digital assets that people are buying, holding, or selling. And you want to tap into this because this is another way how the elites prosper. And I'm not hating on the elite, although I do sometimes, wish like, dang, must be nice. But for the everyday people, just because they're at the places they are doesn't mean that we can't get in on this and tap into this too. And if you believe in yourself, you should aspire to be wealthy. You might not be a billionaire, but hey, anything is possible you put your mind to. So tap into these digital assets, man. Cryptocurrency is the wave. And once again, this is RFBM, Money Talk, Cryptocurrency. Appreciate you, Shawn.
Appreciate you, man.
We have a lot more coming on the way. So be safe and take care.
Yes, sir.
Our own mind has to be changed. We have to change our mind about ourselves.
Instead of me fulfilling my prophecy, I have to start. Instead of me, doing a good job and carrying on the empire, I have to build. And that's a hell of a job for a 21-year-old. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a job for any youngster, male or female, to have to build the empire. Because this world is such a gimme. Everybody back off. Everybody's like taught that from school.
I don't come to bow, I come to conquer.